Kara was the youngest cadet in the Zarath training camp. Zarath was a Deathworld, a dangerous planet where only the strongest could live. The sky was often dark, with heavy clouds and strong winds. Strange sounds filled the air at night, and deadly animals roamed the land. Kara was small, smaller than many other cadets. She was not the fastest or the strongest. Some of the other cadets laughed at her. They said she would never survive on Zarath. But Kara had something they did not see, a quiet fire inside her heart. She wanted to prove she was brave and strong. Every morning, Kara woke before the sun. She trained hard. She ran through the rocky hills, climbed sharp cliffs, and practiced fighting with wooden sticks. The trainers shouted, "Faster, stronger, sharper!" Kara pushed herself even when her muscles ached and her breath came fast. She was tired, but she never stopped. The camp was surrounded by tall, twisted trees with black leaves. The wind made the branches sound like whispers in the dark. At night, the camp was quiet, but not safe. From far away, Kara could hear the growls and howls of wild beasts. Some cadets slept with weapons near their beds, but Kara was often alone. She sometimes felt small and scared. She watched the bigger cadets and wished she was like them. But deep inside, she had a secret. Kara believed she could survive. She believed she had a strength no one else knew about. One evening, after the sun set behind the gray mountains, Kara sat by the fire alone. The others were inside their tents, resting or talking quietly. The firelight flickered on her face, and her eyes looked serious. Suddenly, a strange sound came from the trees. A low growl, soft but full of danger. Kara's heart beat faster. She stood up and listened carefully. The sound came again, closer this time. The predators of Zarath were near. The other cadets would run or hide if the predators came too close. But Kara felt something different. She felt curious. She felt that the predators were watching her, waiting. Kara walked to the edge of the camp. The wind blew cold. The trees swayed and made long shadows. The growls came again, louder now. She could hear the quick steps of animals moving in the dark. She did not feel safe, but she did not turn back. Kara's mind raced. Why were the predators here? Were they hunting the camp? Or something else? She looked up at the dark sky. The stars were hidden behind thick clouds. The world around her was silent except for the sounds in the trees. Kara took a deep breath. She knew that if she waited for help, it might be too late. The predators could attack at any moment. She made a decision. "I will face them," she said, quietly to herself. The other cadets might think she was foolish or brave, maybe both. But Kara knew that to survive on Zarath, she could not wait for others to save her. Slowly, she moved away from the campfire. Her heart was pounding, but her hands did not shake. She carried a small knife and a torch. The knife was old and worn, but it was sharp. The torch gave light, but not enough to see very far in the thick forest. Kara stepped into the dark trees. The cold wind touched her face. The sounds of the predators grew louder. She could hear their heavy breathing and the crack of branches under their feet. She remembered what her trainer had said many times. On Zarath, fear is the first enemy. Face it, and it will lose power. Kara felt the fear, but she also felt something stronger. Courage. She walked deeper into the forest, her eyes searching for movement. The trees were tall and close, and the ground was covered with thick moss. Strange insects crawled over the leaves. Suddenly, a shadow moved quickly near a tree. Kara froze. Her breath stopped for a moment. The shadow was gone. Was it one of the predators or something else? She held her knife tightly and moved forward slowly. The forest seemed alive. The growls were now all around her, low and dangerous. Kara's legs felt tired, but she did not stop. Suddenly, she heard a loud snap behind her. A branch breaking under heavy weight. She turned fast. Two yellow eyes stared at her from the darkness. Predator was big, with sharp teeth and black fur. Its eyes glowed in the torchlight. It growled low and slowly moved closer. Kara's heart raced, but she did not run. She remembered her training. She held her ground and raised the torch high to scare the beast. The predator hissed and took a step back. Then, from the shadows, more pairs of glowing eyes appeared. The predator pack was here. Kara was alone, surrounded by danger. But instead, of fear, she felt something new. Power. She whispered to herself, I will not run, I will make them fear me. With that, Kara took a deep breath and prepared to fight. Kara stood still in the dark forest, her eyes fixed on the glowing eyes watching her from the shadows. The predator pack was close. They moved silently, like shadows themselves. Kara could hear their low growls all around her. She knew running would be dangerous. The predators were fast, stronger, and they knew the forest better. But Kara was not afraid. She took a deep breath and remembered her training. She had to be smart, not just brave. Slowly, Kara lifted her torch higher. The light cut through the darkness and showed her the rough shapes of the predators. They circled her, watching and waiting. One predator stepped forward. It was the largest, with sharp claws and teeth that looked like knives. Its black fur shone. Under the torchlight, it growled, deep and loud. Kara did not move. She held her knife tightly in her hand. She knew she had only one chance to surprise them. Suddenly, she threw a small rock into the bushes on her left. The predators' heads turned quickly to the sound. Kara took the moment. She dropped low to the ground and ran toward the thick trees on the right. The pack growled in anger and chased her. The forest was wild and full of dangers. Kara ran fast, jumping over roots and ducking under branches. She could hear the heavy steps of the predators behind her. Her heart beat fast, but her mind stayed clear. She looked for a place to hide or a way to trap them. Ahead, she saw a small cave entrance, almost hidden by vines. Kara ran inside and crouched in the dark. The predators stopped at the cave mouth, growling and waiting. They could not enter. The cave was too small for them. Kara's breath was loud in the quiet cave. She could hear the predators outside moving, slowly, looking for her. She remembered the traps she had learned to make during training. She quickly tied some vines and made a simple snare trap near the cave entrance. Her hands were shaking, but she worked fast. The pack could attack any time. Suddenly, a growl came from the cave's dark back. Kara froze. Something moved in the shadows. A small, strange animal with glowing eyes. Kara held her breath. The animal was not a predator, but it was not friendly either. It hissed and disappeared deeper into the cave. Kara realized she was not alone in the cave. Outside, the predator pack growled louder. They waited for Kara to come out. Kara's mind raced. She knew she could not stay hidden forever. She had to find a way to make the predators run away. She took her knife and torch and stepped outside the cave. The pack circled her again, but this time Kara was ready. She moved slowly, watching their eyes, waiting for the right moment. Then, with a loud shout, Kara swung her torch toward the biggest predator. The fire scared the beast. It jumped back, snarling. The other predators hesitated. Kara used the moment and ran past them. The pack chased her again, but this time Kara led them toward the snare trap. One predator stepped on the trap and was caught by the vines. It struggled, howling loudly. The other predators stopped and looked back. Kara's heart pounded. She shouted loudly, showing no fear. To her surprise, the predators started to back away slowly. They turned and ran into the dark forest. Kara stood alone, breathing hard but alive. She looked at the dark trees and smiled. The predators had fled. Kara was not just a weak cadet anymore. She was someone to be feared. But deep down, she knew this was only the beginning. The predator pack would come back, and next time, they would be stronger. Kara wiped the sweat from her forehead and looked at the dark sky. She whispered, "I will be ready."